I'm just saying, a lot of OGs is gone. You know, but I'm standing. Me and Tony is standing. You know, the Looney Tune. Well, you know, hey, that's my cousin, man. That's my first cousin. Yeah, yeah, Looney Tune. Yeah. Well, me and Robert together could have been a ball of confusion because we both Scorpios. Right. I'm coming back with Robert. Right.
I want to be able to, man, to tap in certain loved ones.
Right.
You know, again, like yourself, man, and hopefully we can see what Looney Tunes say. If not, then we respect that.
Right.
Because
he gonna want to come back. He gonna come, you know, because he want to get things together the right way. So I respect how he do what he do.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. We got homies under you guys, reputables. I grew up with.
Yeah, because see, I disappeared for 5 years and a half and came out, and a whole lot of them grew up.
Yeah, they became,
you know, so
like one boy.
Yeah, right. Well, a lot of them, more people got involved, you know, so a lot of people know me because my reputation, cartoon, you know, and I'm sometimes looking like, who is this? You feel what I'm saying? As long as you know who I am, that's all I need to know, you know, that's all that matters, you know, because I know a lot of OG West Side Crips got killed like that by people not knowing who they was when they seen them. Because, I mean, I seen a lot of OG West Side got killed. You know, they knew about their name, but never knew their face. But this face here is known to be seen.
That right there is relatable for a lot of people.
Right. Yeah.
That's relatable for a lot of people.
Right.
When you meet Moo?
Well, Moo, I met him on 92nd when my oldest brother put him in the hood for 9 Deuce.
Right quick though, who'd you know first, Red or Moo?
Red I met in YTS.
Red that went
from 107. Yeah. Okay. See, that's the other half of 9 Deuces we got on North.
That's what I need.
That's the other part of 9 Deuces 107. Okay. But see, Red I met when I was in YTS when Dopey showed me to him, and that's when I gave him the name called Red. Okay. Yeah, because you know, because he looked at Red to me, you know. So I named him Red. But the name you talking about, you know, we all go back, man, from the time when the name you just said at first. Moo. Moo, I seen Moo, and I ain't gonna say no other names. I'm just gonna say what you come at me with, because I don't want to blow people up like that and start smiling. Because if he don't ask me, I ain't gonna mention the name.
You know what? Sometimes it's all right. You take the
liberty. But Moo and some of the other homies I watched come right there on 92nd in Hoover in the apartments, y'all. Well, my oldest brother had put him in on the set of 9 Deuce Hoover Crip.
Wait, put Moo on.
Yeah, put Moo on. Okay. See, I can name about 10 of them.
Was this that brother he got out of YA?
Who?
Moo.
No, this was before he went to YA.
So when he came home, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody was young. Everybody was young. I'm the one that went to TS and did what I did and got out and seen other people coming up in the hood. Yeah. Like, who's this? Who's that? You feel me? Yeah. But no, I seen Moo when he got initiated in 9 Deuce. Right there on 92nd Street in the apartments. Whoa. You know, so because 2 of the homies, Ray Bone, Big Cole, Willie White, sorry for using your whole full name, Big Cole, stayed on 101st. Moo had to go the furthest, way down on the end of 106. West Side Crips used to mess with Moo, and Moo used to always complain to us about that. Us 9 Deuce Hoover Crips. So we got tired of them messing with Moo. So we all met up with the West Side Crip right there on 107. And thank God for my oldest brother grabbing my hand, because I was about to work barefoot Pookie. But what had happened is I wound up going to YA later on down the line. But what had wound up happening back then, when Moo seen that he wasn't getting bothered with no more by the West Side Crips, he wound up writing on the wall 107. But don't forget, Moo was from 9 Deuce. Okay? So that made the other part of 107 the other half of 9 Deuce. That's 9 Deuce there, y'all. Don't never forget that.
Okay, so confusing. I'm gonna say
he didn't do it. We done it. Blood song.
I'm confused. Why did he write 107?
He wrote it on the wall because that's where the problem, where we had our meeting at with the West Side Crips.
It wasn't on 106.
It wasn't on 106. It was on 107. So it was on 107, right next to the apartments on 107.
Okay.
So when he seen the success had been done by us 9 deuces, not to mess with him no more.
Yeah.
So he seen that the 2 homies on the 101st made it home and he had to go to furthers and wasn't getting bothered with no more. So he wrote it on the wall. 107. But 9 deuce done that for him to not to get bothered with.
Okay.
So the other part of 9 deuce is 107, y'all.
Yeah. And, you know, I think
107.
I think for a lot of Hoovers, you know, a lot of Hoovers, your generation especially, you know, some of my generation, we know where 107 come from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No doubt about that.
Right.
You know, like
To definitely
we know where 5'9" come from.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, just
so,
like
you know,
back in the
7'4",
days,
you know,
9 deuce used to be brims. A lot of people don't know that.
Okay.
They used to be brims. That's why brims used to ride Volkswagens back in the day. They used to ride straight down Hoover. They used to be brims hood.
Yeah,
like I said, when Hoover Joe done what he done, I respect him for that. But when 9 deuce got there and did what they did,
shut it down.
Them shut it down. Well, them brims couldn't have that squeak no more. See, because the Bread Hard was part of brims.
Really?
Yes. Bread Hard.
Wow.
They were part of brims.
They went that far back.
That's why they used to ride straight down Hoover in Volkswagen.
What was the significance of the Volkswagen though? I mean,
it started with a B. It stand for
the
Brim.
Beetle. Oh, yeah. The Beetle. Okay.
It stand for Brim.
Okay.
It started with a B. Brims and Denver Lanes used to ride that. Volkswagens. We short-stopped that from coming down Hoover.
Okay. And speaking of brims, you bringing that up, mentioning them in the blood set, another old blood set, right?
Yeah.
Denver Lanes. How did this issue come about between Denver Lanes and Hoovers? Tell me about that. What started that?
I'm trying.
You ain't gonna tell me the specific, but the issue with Denver Lanes and Hoover started because of 9 deuce.
I'm gonna tell you. When the Denver Lanes came at my house one day, when I stayed on 93rd,
okay,
and surrounded I don't know if they came to check me out or whatever, but that's when they crossed the line. So that's when I got out the house and went and told Hoovers, and we've been rolling ever since.
So it started just from coming
circling around your house.
Yeah. That's what started.
That's what started. Denver Lanes and the Hoovers against one another.
That was when?
That back in 70, 72, 72. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what started the Denver Lanes and Hoovers, the beef against one another. And they surrounded, came around my house. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But all the OG Denver Lanes know those colorways. But that's where they made their mistake at. When they surrounded and came around by my house.
Okay. Okay.
All the straight down Figueroa. That was their biggest mistake they ever made. And that's what made us become enemies.
That's what started.
That's what started the Denver Lanes and the Hoovers fighting against one another.
You don't know why they surrounded the house. You just
I just know
that's all that matters.
They ain't got time to ask questions. But that's where they messed up at. You know, I don't know if they come to check on me. What did they come for?
What was the purpose?
Whatever they did,
what was the purpose?
That was the worstest thing they could have ever done. And ever since then, Hoover's been against it ever since.
Okay. And I don't mean to jump back, but we did. I kind of felt like we left Moo kind of not unresolved, but we didn't get to
Well, see, left who unresolved?
The Moo issue. How he left. Because he wrote 107.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On the wall that, was that time when he said, okay, light go off 107 Hoover. You know what I mean? Is that how that started? Because they say Moo started 107 Hoover.
No, he didn't, man. No,
okay.
It all started from, listen, Moo and everybody else was up under 9 deuce.
Okay.
When Bloodstone say who,
when you mean everybody else, now, who do you mean? Now, everybody else.
Now, if you want to say that, everybody else, us older brothers.
Okay.
Us older brothers.
Okay.
You up under.
Okay.
You up under.
Got you.
So if you want to say that, then let's talk about 9-0.
Oh yeah.
And if you want to say that, let's talk about the 40.
Oh yeah.
So Hoover rising up on the Bloodstone is what done all this, dude.
Okay.
It ain't that Moo didn't do nothing.
Right.
He just knew that he wasn't getting messed with no more. Bottom line. It started from 9 dudes from Hoover Rising, not surprising, from the Denver Crips, from the Walnuts to the Manchester Park Street, from 107. All it started right there
9
from
dudes.
Hoover Rising,
that whole area
not
right
surprising.
there. Got you.
So just like 9-0s used to be Hoopers.
Yeah. To this day, you still got some that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So it ain't that who started what. It started up on the Bloodstone.
It started on the Bloodstone, the 9 deuce. Okay.
Yeah, no matter what block you run around and say, now we this.
Okay.
But it started up on the Bloodstone.
Okay. And being that he was let's say he broke off from that, from 9 dudes.
He just, some of them just kind of hold of that guy right there. That's all. That guy right there from moving 9 dudes. That's all. It started from up on the Bloodstone. You can't change where the root started.
Right.
Hoover Rising, not surprising. Regardless who fell off the truck and bust his head and holler out, this is as far as I can go. You feel me? And look up and say, okay, this street said 29th Street. It's still Hoover.
That's where it fell off at.
That's where it fell off at.
Truck.
Off the truck. Okay. So that's where he stopped getting messed with. Right there. You feel me?
Okay. Well, peace to Moo.
So I mean, I ain't got nothing against the brother, but you got to realize where it come from. Hoover Rising, not surprising.
Okay.
I mean, like I say, start from 112. How far it go down? What, 40 what? Okay, count the numbers. Over what, 12, 13 hoods? Okay, then. On 93rd and 5th Road, cartoon. 5 years. My name was right there on the wall. Homie got out when came back from a visit back to my tomb. Your name's still on the wall. I couldn't believe it. I got out and I looked at it.
There it was.
Came back 2 months later, it was gone. I said, maybe God wanted me to see. Just the way I wrote it, it was still there. Somebody was keeping it alive. Cartoon. You feel me?
Okay.
Keeping it alive.
When we talk, you just spoke about from the 40s to the 100s.
Yeah, from 112 all the way down.
All the way down.
All the way down. Come on, man. Come on.
Did you know Judah being in there?
Yeah. But I ain't finna throw nothing out.
No, you ain't got to. You ain't got to.
Like I say, when I disappeared, came back, everybody trying to stand tall. Because nobody stand tall in cartoon.
Okay.
See, let me tell you about cartoon before y'all get this twisted. See, it's not the kind of cartoon you see on TV, something that you can laugh at.
Ain't nothing funny about you.
Yeah, ain't nothing funny about me. Check this out. I'll come in my car and I'll pull out my bed and I'll put you in that bed with a blanket over your head and take you for a ride and put you in a better bed with a door over your head and take you for another ride and put you up underground with a tombstone over your head. You take the car and the tombstone, man, you got a straight killer. Let's keep it real.
Okay. Man, I think I'm gonna get some real salacious comments about cartoon from 9 Deuce Hoover. OG cartoon 9 Deuce Hoover.
Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
At home, we got out pen during life, wanted me to say that around all the 107s. That what I just said. Tell him, what was that you used to say? Done life, he wanted me to say around all the 7s. I said and I was surprised when he said it. I say he remembered that.
He remembered that.
Yeah. And I say that just in case if a person ever get blind and can't and wonder at my cartoon, he got to know how to say what I say to remember that.
Remember that.
For it won't be a fake cartoon. Keep it real.
Yeah. So, hey man, this is history in the making, man. This is history in the making.
Talk to me.
I want to ask you also, man, about Bloodstone, because he's this interview is pivotal. It's gonna change a whole lot of shit, right?
Okay.
It's the homies, they're gonna come out to woodwork. Bloodstone is not here, man. I think that if he was, that'd be even better. What kind of guy was Bloodstone, man?
Melvin,
what do you remember most about Bloodstone?
Melvin, my brother was, women's loved him, man.
He was
he was a lady man, but he chunked them things though. But everybody wanted to be around him. He was that type of person.
Okay.
And the goodest thing about it, he didn't have to grab no heat or nothing because he can chunk them.
That good.
His hands was that good. Toss the bull. He wasn't no joke. Or should I say, but he was good with them hands. Like I say, Dopey can tell you that, but he ain't here to
Yeah.
tell you.
Yeah.
See, one thing about Melvin, women's loved him. And they say he died young and he died looking pretty.
Hmm.
Bottom line, bloodstone. Yeah.
Man, I wish I had a photograph, man, to add to this get down. Do you have one?
Let me see.
Let me get
Let me
that
see what- let me
photograph,
see if
man.
his
We
daughter sent
paste that
something.
photograph,
Or
man.
either I might have to send it to you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but you can
So-
ask him some more stuff. Why
So
we going through
Bloodstone,
this
though,
here.
he's the man. He's the founder of Nine Deuce.
Mhm.
Hoover Rise and No Surprise.
Yep, who rising not surprised.
And y'all took that down up to the hundreds, down to, I mean, you know,
From 100
it's
to all the way
to
down.
the front. Yeah.
All the way down.
Yeah. Y'all
all
set
way
the
down.
precedent. So
Yeah.
that's where Hoover get his, that's where the notoriety comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Okay.
laid it
I
out,
think-
man.
I did hear, I don't think, but I did hear that when it came to the get down, Nine Deuces was ferocious with the
Yeah.
get down.
Because Nine Deuce done it like that, man.
Yeah.
Like I say, we had too much to do around 92nd Street. We even had a police called Team 29.
Team 2, everybody know about
We used to
Team
laugh
29
at
on
that.
Hoover.
We used to clown them. Said,
Yeah.
you got 9 Deuce backwards, fool. Put, Team 29.
yeah.
Put the 9 in front of
Yeah.
the 2. You got 9 Deuce.
Yeah. Now this is the second time on the show we heard about
Yeah.
Team 29.
Yeah,
LAPD,
Team 29. They tried to get our
anti-gang
number.
unit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anti-gang.
And what they're called today is Crash.
Yeah.
You know, the younger generation know them as Crash. But
Right.
they came into existence because of Hoovers.
Yeah. Because of who? 9 Deuce. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, not just 9 Deuce,
Yeah,
but
not just
Hoovers.
Hoover, period. Hoover,
Hoovers.
period.
All
Because
right.
they had
Yeah.
theirs, but it
And
wasn't
they
our
was up and
number.
running. Yeah.
Ours was Team 29. They
Yeah,
just had
yeah.
it backwards. Instead of
Yeah.
9 Deuce, they had it backwards.
Yeah.
We used to clown.
Okay. Okay.
Brother.
Let me ask you this, Cartoon.
Uh-huh.
When you look at what's going on today, man, in terms of Hoover period,
Mhm.
You just spoke about criminals or groove.
Yeah.
You got these issues by high cats say, what
Right,
you
right.
help represent,
Right.
put in place, whatever.
Mhm.
How you feel about this whole issue though, this transition from crip to criminal?
Well, like you say, man, this is a new style generation, how they like to say what they
Mhm.
say. I don't knock it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not going to say it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? I'm not going to go nowhere and let that word come out of my mouth.
Okay.
I'm going to keep it hard. I'm going to
Okay.
keep it real. This straight Hoover.
Okay.
I don't care who hear it. It's not to be silent because it was never silent from the beginning. You say Hoover Crip, that's the way you say it. I don't care if you over there or right here or behind me.
Mhm.
Man, it's straight Hoover Crip, man.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line.
Okay.
I ain't finna whisper nothing.
That said, how do you look at the state of affairs today, man? We're talking about Hoover Crip, Bloods, whoever, man. How you look at this shit, man? I mean, the effects of this shit, man.
Well, see, the
How
way
you feel
I
about that, man?
look at it today, man, when you talk about all the games we have today, I had to give a lot of brothers like me respect for these young folks that's out here in the streets today, because we made a way for young folks to be where they're at today. Because back in the days, you was in the hood, you only came out of the hood to party or go to school. But other than that, you find a person that's a blood or a crip in the wrong neighborhood. It's because us older brothers my age made a way for us to come out of the hood. But if you really look at it, a lot of us older brothers need to be real with these youngsters out in the real world, because all we doing is killing each other, our own people, and got to realize all we doing is hurting our own niece and nephew or our own child, because the people that's out here is gang banging belongs to one of our families. That's a blood or a crip or whatever he might be, no matter what hood you from. You got to realize that's your daughter or your son or your niece or your nephew that you going against to hurt them because you are somebody killed one of their homies or friends. So it's time for us black folks to really wake up. Let's open up our eyes, black folks. Keep it real.
Okay, so then the message is, hey man, you might be from this community or whatever, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
This is going on. This might be part of the culture, but it ain't cool.
Right.
Find another way.
Find another way.
That what you're saying?
Well, yeah. Find another way to show.
Because find another way to act out whatever it is you act out, but don't do it on your own. Right. Next to you might be
right. Because
blood relation or whatever.
It might be blood related. Say, for instance, if I go out and hurt somebody just because I'm from Hoover, and then come to find out I didn't kill one of my own nephews' best friend. So I got to look him in the face. You feel me? So all we doing is hurting one another and killing one another for what? For what?
Okay, so then
Come on.
what's the solution? What do you
What is the solution?
You're telling them, okay, how do you get that? How do you get from gang activity, gang involvement, gang violence to something else?
How you get to change your life differently? Turn God over to your life and surrender to Jesus Christ. And then start really reaching out, touching your heart, and giving a testimony about your life and your past to help someone else. Because, like I say, you know, I'm a child of God's, you know, and our church I went to was on 160 Figueroa Faithful Baptist Church for 25 years. The Denver Lanes knew I was at this church, y'all. They knew I was from Hoover. I used to clean that church for 5 years. I gave it up 3 years ago. DLs was right there watching me. But see, I walked it with God in my life. So they gave me respect because they see I was serving God. So some type of way, a brother my age, y'all got to show and let God reflect in your life. And if you don't believe in God, you need to stop lying, because we all call his name when we go to jail some kind of way. Person can do 5 or 10, but you better believe you're talking to God, because you don't want to do L. And if you didn't go to jail, you need to stop lying again, because every time you threw up over the toilet stool and couldn't breathe, you was talking to Jesus. Come on, man, keep it real. Keep it real. God is real all the time.
And then this is another question I'm gonna hit you with. You know, I don't know what our time look like right now. What it look like? Okay. For a lot of cats, man, especially the older homies, man, they would hit me with this.
That's when I was in TF. See what that said at the bottom? Now, there's some OGs right there.
Ancho, Grape Street.
There's some OGs right there. Now, give us some of them. They can tell you about
Q102, huh?
Q102. Come on now. Yeah. Give us some of them G's.
Send me that picture if you don't mind.
Well, let me get that picture. Stuff, I'm gonna send you this.
Yeah. Fake things ain't no robbery. I ain't tripping. Let me ask you something, man. One thing I noticed when I get from older homies is that when we talking about Hoover, they talking about it in a different, almost like in a different context than some gang shit. You know what I mean?
Well, because we talk about it because what we feel in our spirit back then, how we was feeling back then. Because we had a cold heart back then. You know, we had to do some vicious stuff to get what we at today. So that's why sometimes when you talk to a brother my age about it, you know, we feel in pain right along with trying to make a way to grow as Hoover. You feel me? So it's like when you talk to young people today, it's like a joke. That's the difference. Like you say, they changed the name. They got a new way how they do it. It's like a joke to them.
Yeah.
But an OG my age, it's a lot of pain behind that. What we had to go through to get here, what we at today, to be Hooverizing our surprise. That's why I say I'm always keep it real as Hoover.
Okay. And you know, you actually just said that. Well, you answered it in a way for me. A lot of dudes say to me, Hoover, in terms of how they understand it, it's something that's internal. It's a mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In a lot of ways, it's actually different. They consider it to be than what you would label your average gang to be. You know what I mean? The mindset. Yeah. You know, for Hoovers, most of them, they all grew up knee high to a grasshopper together. You know, most sets they didn't have that.
Right.
You know, I can't speak, but that's what they say.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But I got a good one for you. A person can be not gang banging for lay low and got his life together and doing right and doing good and all that stuff. Guess what? When you go back to the pen, you got to remember where you come from.
Okay.
You got to fall back in the car.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? I don't care if you're crip blood. You got to fall back in the car. You ain't going to just be up in there talking about you this. No. You got to get in the car. I don't care what hood you from. You got to fall back in the car.
Yeah.
If it was a crip or blood, you got to fall back in the car. Ain't no such thing as floating through there.
Now, okay. Yeah,
don't forget where you come from.
Don't forget where you come from.
That's right.
And that's the segue to this question right here. I had a conversation with another OG, founder of 107. And he didn't want to talk about where he came from. He made that issue. We debated about it.
Yeah.
And man, I want to talk about right now.
Right.
My latter self,
Yeah.
not my former self.
Right.
Oh, hold on though. I mean, how the hell you think you got to be right here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that I had your former self
Mhm.
has something to do with who you are today.
Right.
My humble opinion.
Right.
See, you
Because-
cartoon can't tell me nothing about right now, cartoon, without telling me about everything you just told
from
me.
the guy from the
You know what I
past to
mean?
now.
You know, you
right,
say, hey,
right.
man, we know what the thing for me now. If
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell somebody something, man, you need the Lord, you need God,
But
man.
just start telling people like this here in a very good way. Next time you have somebody here, they don't want to go there. Just make it very simple to them and say, give me a testimony of your past and your life.
There you go.
Testimony is something that you're supposed to always have to say to Jesus Christ, because God loves you and feel you when you give out a testimony. Because see, everything I'm seeing now from my past to here
Right now,
it's a testimony.
okay.
And God is getting his pleasure out of what I'm saying because my life had changed. And the only way I can show my life changed, I'm here speaking on the testimony of my past and what we at today and how I started from the past all the way to now. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Just like I say, I was laid back with the devil lane.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to hide.
Yeah.
That's my life.
Yeah.
That's my life. But when it come up to gang banging, I was a baby crip.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So I ain't gonna hide the DLs.
Right.
Because that's who I grew
That was
up
a part
with.
of that get down.
That was part of the get down. Because no matter where you live at, they got us brand and label from the county jail. When you come to jail, they always ask you what hood you from. And you probably say you don't gang bang, but the way they look at it, you affiliated with somebody.
Yeah.
So that's what a lot of people need to keep it real at, and just give me a testimony of your life.
Okay. Well, you know what, man? Under the Groove appreciates your testimony today,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So much so I'm gonna have you back if you're willing.
Oh, I'll be
mean?
back. You know I'll be back.
It's gonna be soon.
You know I'll be back, man.
man.
Because I got to
Hey,
give me
man.
another one of these
Yeah.
shirts. I got to get this to my wife.
So look, people,
Yeah.
this is OG original cartoon.
Connie, I love you, honey.
9 Deuce, Hoover Crips. He gave his testimony, man, and he sent the shout out one more time.
For my son, S-Bone Dewan or Roger Dewan Moffitt. Connie, I love you. To you, my son, Wooly, my daughter, Destiny, my grandbaby, Lataya, and Christiana, and Mr. Roz, and the new baby on the way, Connie. I love all y'all. Your husband, Willie Calloway, better known as Cartoon 9 Deuce.
On that note, you have been, you are, and you will be under the Grove.
Thank you.